Good morning, y'all. This is Monday. Hope you have an amazing day. This wanted to share with you guys something that's been present on my mind. So before I get into that, just please share if you've listened to this live in the comments or type in replay if you're watching the replay. So I know when and where. So as soon as you chime in, go ahead and just throw that down there so I know when, so that sometimes I can create some of these lives to really hit when you're on or when you're available. So there's more dialogue when I do these Facebook Lives. But to dive deep today, this is something about what blocks us when it comes to our dream life, things that we want to achieve, right? How is it that we're creators, but yet at the same time in our life, we're not really achieving just that? Sometimes it takes years, right? Oh, I got to work on this for 10, 15 years before I can get there. Well, why? Why do we have to do that? Well, because it's grind and hustle. You got to do the sweat equity. You got to keep putting the work in, right? It's a constant thing that people say in self-help, personal development, chiropractic world, entrepreneur world. It's all the same crap. And I say crap because I believe that to a certain point. And then I started to go deeper into asking that question. Why does it take so much time? And does it need to? And what I've learned over my last couple of years of diving deep into all this is that the thing that holds you back in life is the things that you resist. You are created in the likeness and image of God. And so you can create the life that you desire. Now, with that being said, why aren't you? Why do you not? You listen to the best things, you go to the best workshops, you hire a coach, you do all these things, and you're not getting there. What's the purpose behind it? What's happening? Right? You see the constant theme happening in your life over and over and over and over. And you're wondering, why am I not achieving that? Well, guess what? Everything is always flowing with you. Energy, everything you want is always coming to you. There's no block there. It's impossible. The only thing that you can block, the only thing that blocks is you. The only thing that is resistance. Resistance will slow that down. It will create blocks for not allowing abundance or more money or a better relationship or a better physical body or physical health, better mindset. All these things will not happen if you have these blocks. And guess what? We all have them. And most of them are hidden. Why? Because 95% of our life that is dictated by our subconscious mind. And so if we're not looking and understanding how to tap into those things, well, then we have blocks. And you'll know, here's the $1 million secret. You'll know what your block is because it shows up very often. It never changes. It's the same thing. It just shows that the experience in the physical realm is always, it's different, right? It's like, it's my car, right? My car is just horrible. Look at it, has these issues. I can't wait to get a new car. And then you go out and you buy a new car and you're like, yeah, this is an awesome car, right? I love this car. It's absolutely amazing. 6 months down the road, this car, hey man, nice car. How's it look? It's not bad, man. It's all right. It's got some good things and some bad things. It was just a brand new, you loved it 6 months ago. What's going on with you internally? Why is that have that there? Where's that blockage happening? Why aren't you allowing all the abundance to come with that? And I can go on and on. There's a gazillion of these things. But the thing is that we resist. And when we create resistance or blocks, this doesn't let the energy flow. That's what, and you can call this the money abundance. You can call this abundance. You can call it whatever you want. I mean, it's whatever label works for you. The label doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, it's that resistance and those blocks that we create. And this can happen. This is in the business world. So if you're looking at your business, why am I thriving? Why am I growing? Why can't I double my profits or double my business or whatever it may be in 6 months or a year? It's because of the blocks. So some people look at things and call it divine timing. I do have a little essence to divine timing, but what I've learned is that it's really just energy blocks. And the reason why you get to a certain point and you're like, yes, is not because you did all this to get to there. It's you did all the transformation to remove all those energy blocks that were holding you back to the dream life of what you desired. And once you removed them all, then bam, here's the experience. Because the truth is that when you have everything, whenever all the energy is there, it's a vibration, it's a frequency. And when you have a vibration and a frequency that vibes at a certain point, then that experience that links with that will happen. It like opens the doors, and that's the experience. Some people say this is crazy. There are people who've been very, very massively successful in a very short period of time because of some of these principles. And I've even interviewed some of them in my podcast where we talked about this. We broke that down to like, hold up, you were sleeping in a car and you had this idea and you put all this energy into it and all you did was focus on that. And all of a sudden, you're telling me 6 months later, you're a millionaire. How the heck did that happen? right? And some people say, "Oh, that's a fluke." We maybe it's a fluke, but my science mind always goes, well, if they did it, that means you can do it. Now let's figure out how that's happening. And over my time and studies and experiences, I've learned that it's more from an energy standpoint, and it's the vibe of where you are. Right. This is why it always comes back to the vibe. It always comes back to where you're vibrating with the energy you're putting off into the universe. Because when you have a block, you don't send your source energy out. You don't send that infinite energy out to the universe with power. That's where your power is at, to share with others. So when you don't do that, then all of a sudden the message is not clear. It doesn't get there as well. And that's why you're not experiencing what you desire. So what can you do? Well, first off, you want to understand that it's more about awareness right now. I mean, this is a whole long process, but there's awareness. First thing is you just got to be aware of the patterns that are showing up in your life, right? What are the things you're saying to yourself all the time? What's the things that are showing up that consistently do? Now, look at this from a money standpoint. Look at this from a health standpoint. Look at this from a relationship standpoint, a business standpoint. Okay, because those are the things that when you start to see a pattern through that, then all of a sudden that's eye opening. Say, hold up here. There's something here, because the blocks that you have there are going to show up. You can change the scenario instead of working at it, let's say you had a business that didn't go well. Well, then you went to a career, and then you're seeing the same issues there, and it just in a different way they're showing up. But when you look at the thing, it's the same thing. I couldn't grow in my business. I felt like I hit a plateau. You get into a career, you start hitting up to a ceiling. Guess what happens? You hit a plateau. Don't know why the plateau's there. And you can go study and do all these things, or you can get to the root of it and remove it. Once you do, your energy rises. Once it rises, you achieve what you desire. It is that simple, my friends. We've overcomplicated life, and there's a whole new shift coming now where we're starting to see that there's massive truth behind it. So that's what I got for you guys today. So understand that you are a creator. You can create the life you desire. The reason why we're not achieving or experiencing what it is you have happening that you desire to see or what you like to see is because we're not vibing there. So whatever is the resistance that's holding you back, that stuff you want to see through pattern and things that show up in your life. Take some time. This may sound like simple, but I am telling you, this is what creates massive, like I call it bombs, but it's like a wake up and you're like, holy cow, how did I sleep through all that? How did I not notice that? And then once you become aware, 50% of the problem solved. And now it's just then going, okay, now I got to pay attention. Where's my thought process when that happens? How do I know when it's coming up faster? How can I course correct it? Right. And then when you start to do that, that's when you start to change your neurology, and now your neuroplasticity starts to change to adapt to the new thinking, to the new models of being aware. And now all of a sudden that vibration rises, tone rises. Now all of a sudden you're going to experience what you desire. That's Manifestation 101. Appreciate you guys. Hope you have an amazing day. And if you want to master this, if you made it all the way through this video, give me two things. Number one, tell me what was your big takeaway in the comments. I want to know what your aha moment was that you were like, oh my God, that is, XYZ. And number two, if you want to learn to master this, comment below, just put in me and I'll know. And we'll have a conversation from there. But this is a process that I've helped many people with, and I transformed my own life with, and I've met hundreds of clients with, to where we've created that massive shift in their life by just understanding these simple principles. Appreciate y'all. Many blessings. See you on the next time.